Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Riz, you're muted until you're done with that gas.
All right. All right. So yeah, we are done. Okay. Yeah. Shit. We are live, man. Okay. Yeah. Welcome to episode 35 of the Yank and Kiwi podcast. Still being played on Dylan's channel.
Hi.
Bless you.
Yeah. And as always, your host Brett, the handsome and charismatic one, and still filling in for Dean Tate, our Kiwi, who was filling in for Sam. The original Kiwi is Dylan.
Hi again.
Who burped. And of course, we have Briz, who is currently gassing up, and we're waiting on him. Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm not even there yet, is the thing.
Okay, so right now we have Briz, who we're waiting on, who's also another guest. The real men of the hour are guys I'm good friends with. The real stars, the real men of the hour are two guys I am close. I consider myself close friends with. It is honestly nothing short of an honor knowing these guys. They have done a lot for me. They were the initial reason why Changeling has gotten as far as it has, because they essentially gave me the kick in the ass I needed to see it through. Brian Ball and Trent Luther from Rags.
Hello.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Dad. I mean, wait.
Whoa. We don't use the D word around here.
I was about ready to open it up by saying Trent Luther and some other guy.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
You guys still have
do over.
Okay, then. Yes, it is Trent Luther and some other guy, the authors of Rags.
Yay!
I'm not editing. You guys are just dumb.
Well, we can't edit. It's being broadcast live, man.
Joke's on you. It's like Father's Day.
Shit.
All right, I'm tweeting this shit out. Okay, so I guess the majority of this episode is going to be dedicated to Brian and Trent promoting issue 3 of Rags, which is, when is it out, guys?
It's out digitally right now. Everybody can get it on Comic Central or our website, newageninjacore.shopify.com. There's dashes in between.
Right. How much is it for this new issue?
$1.
Yeah.
A book?
It's a PDF. So it's
Okay, I thought you said you have to pay one book.
No.
Yes.
Like, all right.
Yes, one book, the Necronomicon, and we also take the Bible, Book of Mormon, and the Satanist Bible.
That's right.
Trent exclusively trades a Kama Sutra, so I really can't speak on his behalf. But those are typically the books I will take in exchange.
Yeah. Can we definitely take off? Can we definitely take books like, say, Alphabet of Manliness, I Am Better Than Your Kids, and Fuck Whales by Maddox off the table?
Ooh.
No, those are mine.
Ooh.
Those ones are.
We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you on that one.
Well, I don't know about Alphabet of Manliness, but I Am Better Than Your Kids and Fuck Whales. You guys, trust me, you guys do not want those.
Question, do you take Go to Fuck to Sleep? Because I still
Only if
have
it's
a lot of
narrated
those.
by Samuel Jackson.
Yes.
Well, then yes.
Then yes.
I do have the audiobook version.
Nice.
Ready to trade. Oh, really? Just $1?
Yep, $1. $1.
Okay, that's for the digital version. How about when are we going to get the printed version?
That's up to whenever Antarctic Press gets it to the printer and they ship it out. It's looking like January for right now.
For 3?
Yep.
God damn, really?
Yeah, dude, I just got that turned in.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh my god, that's such a horrible brain freeze.
Yeah.
I do personally have a question for y'all.
I'm not really into guys, but I am flattered.
Well, thank you.
Gets rid of Michael.
But really, what got y'all to want to make Rags in the first place?
We were drunk.
We were drunk.
Fair enough.
So you were drunk throughout the entire process?
That's actually pretty fair to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, the official canon is that one night Brian comes home from work, he's completely smashed as all fuck, and he's just flipping through channels on TV, and somehow he gets stuck on a channel that's playing Mean Girls. And because he's so wasted at this point, he doesn't have the wherewithal to change the channel. So the name Regina gets stuck in his head, and by the time he wakes up, he's hungover as shit. And about the only thing he can remember from that night was the name Regina.
Yeah,
Where's this my wet dream?
I don't think I've ever seen Mean Girls, so
Yeah.
If you see a trend, then it'll make sense why I say that is the official canon.
Hold on 1 second. They accidentally put $2 instead of 20 on the pump.
Dank. Where the fuck do you live?
Atlanta.
And you're complaining about being cold? Oh my god.
Alright, I need to do a thing real quick because I saw what this looked like and holy crap.
What's up?
Okay, Dylan, show him.
Yeah, so you see this you see this crazy awesome detail? I'm sure you do. There's
Dylan, you should center it on your screen.
I don't know how to do that.
Click on your picture. Click on your picture.
I did.
All right.
I clicked on my picture.
There we go.
Whoa.
There's just lag on the actual YouTube. But look at all this crazy detail that you'll see.
Yeah.
Behind
Yeah.
the
It goes without saying that their artist Luigi, he is a talent, and he's a talent, and there is no doubt in my mind Rags is going to be the springboard for his career. This is going to be the book that makes his career.
Yeah, like that is fear.
From what I'm seeing, it looks pretty great.
Yeah.
He definitely does a good job at making what we come up with and putting it in, making it come to life.
Yeah, I mean, I get that same thing with my guy Victor.
I mean,
only $1.
Yep.
I mean, I knew Luigi could catch ghosts in his mansion, but I didn't know he could draw that well.
He's also the better Mario Brothers.
That is also true.
Yeah,
I mean,
Luigi's Mansion was an underrated game. We can all agree, right?
Compared to
Luigi's Mansion was
and
my
Luigi
jam.
Luigi Mario is best.
boys, I'll be honest. I don't even fucking like Mario. Like any of it. I've never been a Mario fan. The only game I dug that was Mario based was Mario RPG. Don't fucking at me, all right?
Oh no,
nah. A Mario RPG is kick-ass.
yeah,
it's about the
any Mario
best shit
RPG game ever.
But legit, my favorite GameCube game was Pokemon Coliseum XD. I mean,
Lame.
Wind Waker. I was a Wind Waker fanboy. Still am.
Yeah,
Fighter
that was
games.
Metal Gear Solid breaking necks.
Yeah, any kind of game I end. So freaking Naruto Clash of Ninja 1 and 2, freaking Dragon Ball Budokai 2, any fighting game, that was me.
Legit, my dad still beats my ass in Budokai Tenkaichi.
He should. It's a game that only the best are best at.
Okay. I guess now, if we're all done shooting the breeze, I guess we should discuss the subject. Well, two subjects of this episode, which is Brian and Trent promoting issue 3 of Rags, and me telling the story of how I got put in 12-hour Twitter jail. The only question is, which one do we open with?
Twitter jail. I can flip a coin.
Twitter jail.
Twitter jail.
Twitter jail.
Twitter jail.
Twitter jail.
Okay,
Well, it sounds pretty
Then I will have to speak.
Twitter jail. Okay, it's Twitter
Twitter
jail. Okay,
Yes.
we start off. We open up with my story of me getting put in Twitter jail.
All right.
Yes, this pleases.
Yes. Okay. All right. So to start off, everyone knows that. Is everyone up to speed on Twitter updating their terms of service on how misgendering and dead naming a user can now be considered a bannable offense?
I am
no,
now.
I don't use Twitter.
Well, it is now.
That's
So-
interesting.
Okay, so there's this one account I follow called Frozen Binary Dev, whose Twitter is hilarious, which is why I follow her primarily. But she's also trans.
Hmm.
Now, here's the thing: Frozen has a bit of an axe to grind with TERFs. If you don't know what that is, TERF it means trans exclusionary radical feminists. Basically, feminists who don't like trannies.
So, what do you call a turf in space?
God.
I think I'll let you answer that. Okay.
I'll
So
be
yeah,
fucking court martial you, mister.
You're just bad. You need to think of that one first.
My
No,
God.
I thought about that after half a second. You're just bad.
You're just mad I was quicker to the punch than you.
No.
Because I am faster than the football, sir.
Oh,
he is
boy.
right. Yeah, like when it comes to, I'll be honest, Dylan. When it comes to shit posting, the only person I know who can match Brian is Sam, and that's only because Sam is a former Channer.
You know what? I can respect the Channess. Continue.
Okay, so Frozen has an axe to grind with TERFs, and she says, "I warned them all. This day was going to come, and now I am." So basically, Frozen is going to go on a mass flagging campaign taking on TERFs. So I tweeted in response, "Do you have a list of names, and how long is it?" She responds with, "I do, and it's long." And because I feel like being funny again, I tweet this. "Making a list, checked it twice. Gonna put all them TERFs on ice. Frozen Dev is flagging you down." And that was the tweet that got me sent in lockup.
That's hilarious.
Was this wait? This was a musical. You actually?
No, I tweeted. That was what I was intending. I had little musical note emojis to denote that.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it wasn't Frozen because Frozen liked it. Frozen has a sense of humor, a twisted sense of humor, but a sense of humor nonetheless. I got flagged.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I know it was not Frozen. I am 90% sure I got flagged. That tweet got flagged by some TERF who doesn't have a sense of humor. Because the next morning I woke up. It was like 10 a.m. I checked my Twitter and and it pulls up that tweet saying, "This tweet has landed you in 12-hour suspension." I could not tweet, RT, or like anything for 12 hours.
Very sad.
I have not been in Twitter jail yet. I'm actually pretty proud of myself.
Same.
Oh man, I got nuked a while ago. It was funny.
What happened to you?
Oh, it was during that whole bully hunter thing.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell this, Brian, or should we move on to Rags?
Yeah, let's move on to Rags. I don't even remember the whole story about it. I just
I
remember
don't either.
me and the bully hunter person were going back and forth, and I was getting pretty heated. And yeah,
It was pretty hilarious though.
totally worth it though.
I get banned off of Facebook all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, me too. Like that's my thing.
Yeah, I have to wonder. You said you said it was. Hey, wait. You said it was with the bully hunter person. Was it that zombie unicorn chick?
No.
Yes.
No. One of
Brian
her
just said
cronies.
yes.
It was one of her cronies.
Oh. Kind of would have been funny if it had been the zombie unicorn chick.
Nah, you can't even fucking mess around like that with her because she's a fucking backpedal professional. Like, no, fuck that bitch, dude. Seriously,
Yeah,
I
I
don't give
know.
a fuck.
I know.
She will come out and be so fucking set in her fucking, what she's saying and what she's, crusading about. She's 100% for it. But as soon as people start popping holes in it, making some Swiss cheese, she's like, "Well, I didn't know any better, and these other people are the ones who set it up, and I'm just a girl and don't be like, go fuck yourself. Like, fuck you. First of all, stand by your convictions. Like, you started this ship, stick by it, or just watch the ship go down. Be the captain and go down with it. No, you're going to fucking backpedal. You don't look shitty. You're a fucking horrible human. Go fuck yourself.
I love how she says that body paint is not sexual. Meanwhile, she's Twitch streaming herself, painting herself. Like, you know, she knows what the guys watching that stream are doing, right? She's not she can't be that naive.
You can't bully people, but months ago, I'll call people faggots because I don't give a fuck. Like, no, you're just a dumb bitch. You're a titty streamer. Don't talk to me.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Speaking of which, is anyone tickled that all the Twitch thoughts getting audited by the IRS?
Are they really? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I've been busy. I haven't been paying attention to jack shit lately.
Well, that's apparently a thing now. Apparently, a bunch of chicks who've been making money off Twitch selling their sex appeal and possibly used panties and bottles of piss.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Are now being audited by the IRS.
Really? Fucking nasty
How much
ass
for that bottle of
motherfuckers.
piss? Like $20 a month.
All I got is and also premium Snapchats as well.
Oh no shit, that's hilarious.
Now, I'll say this. I am the guy who will say to his dying breath that taxation is theft.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But thoughterly should be punished.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, you know, everyone's just trying to make a buck, man.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I love what's funny is who's defending it. What were you gonna say, Trent?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been fucking paying attention.
No.
I don't get
what I was gonna say. All I was gonna say is that it's just funny how the left is coming in defense of these chicks when they're the ones who usually like taxing people to death.
Yeah, I don't even give a fuck about any of that, all right? But the whole thing with Twitch, the reason why I don't give a fuck. If you want to be a titty streamer, you want to use your fucking body to make money, I don't give a fuck, all right? But the thing is dudes on Twitch can't even fucking stream topless. Like, it's a dude without a shirt. I think that's fucking bullshit.
Not even if he's jacked?
Yeah, like, dudes cannot fucking stream topless. I don't know if they've changed it since, but they kind of were like, well, women shouldn't show so much cleavage. Well, they don't fucking enforce it. And that's what's stupid. But a dude can get fucking banned off of Twitch for streaming topless. Like, that's a ripped dude. He wants to show off his fucking work. I'm a portly dude. Sometimes I want to show off my fucking hairy belly. Be like, yeah, want to see that?
No one wants to see your fat moves.
You guys want to? Yeah, I'll study you my belly hair. I'll shave it off and I'll put it in a fucking zigzag and send it to you.
Roll that up in your joints and smoke it. Roll that up in your joints and smoke it.
That's right.
Oh god, the idea of pods somehow getting laced with Trent's body hair that's frightening.
I know a guy. Let's do this.
I don't have much body hair, but I got some hair on my belly I could shave off.
What? Why are y'all talking about Trent's body hair? Come on.
Because we
You
can.
want some?
Well, why aren't you talking about this body hair? That's the real question here, guy.
Because I am
Mr.
buying my
I
little
need to
brother.
get gas.
In
Because
Atlanta.
I'm buying my little brother his birthday present. Thank you.
Well,
Dang,
now
is he
you
with
can give him
you?
the gift of Trent's body.
I mean, if I had the
Alright.
money, I'd get him like an Atlanta United jersey, but instead I'm just getting him some king-size Kit Kats.
All right, guys. Brett,
Yes.
Briz, and Ginger did not really do this well like last week.
What?
If you guys were a serial killer, what would your method be? Your name that people called you like in newspapers or online or whatever. And what would your calling card be if you had one?
Oh man, I can only imagine how Brian and Trent are gonna answer that.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
tell you again.
No, I don't need you to tell me.
Not you, Brez. No, that's for
asking
Brian.
them.
That's for
I'm
Brian and Trent.
Yeah.
Okay, I
I'm
thought he
asking
said
them.
my name.
I would you know, I just kind of off somebody, but my whole calling card would be I'd cut their anus, just the top part off, and I'd bleach it, and then tack it to their forehead, and they could call me the bleacher. Like, yeah, that'd be dank. Like, oh, the bleacher strikes again.
Right. So off someone, so you just fucking shoot them. Or
No. It'd be. I mean, if I'm gonna bleach their asshole after I cut it off, it's gonna be more personal than that. But maybe I could have like a mobile massage station or like a waxing station. People come there, but I do strictly anal bleaching only.
This is some shit straight out of Dexter, Trent.
All right,
Brian.
You
get it. If you were a serial killer, what would your method be, and what would your calling card be?
And your name. Bonus points if they can be worked in together, which they very easily can.
Well, I played the fifth.
Holy shit!
That he does realize what that implies.
I'm just saying, I wanted people stealing my art, you know.
He is very protective of his art. Just ask all the comic piracy sites he took on.
Yeah, of his art in the art of death. Yes, that's very protective.
I got a little autistic there.
It's cool.
On the Attack of the Piracy sites, but I think my final nail in the coffin for them was actually the smartest move.
Dude, just tell the story.
Oh. Well, West Philadelphia, born and raised. The playground was where I spent most of my days. Sitting out back, relaxing all cool. Just playing some bebop outside of school. Then a couple of guys who were up to no good just started making trouble in my neighborhood. Got in one little fight. Mom got scared, and she said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Yep. Here. So, the piracy thing. So what we did for the piracy thing, because it's impossible to stop people from pirating work whenever they feel like they're going to pirate work, and there's no way you're going to actually fight the internet, because the internet's always going to win. So...
yeah, you backed off as soon as you found it was on the chance.
Yeah, as soon as I found out I was on the channel, I was like, nope, not fighting that war. There's nothing you can do there. So... the only other way to kind of quote unquote win is one.
Brett, mute your mic.
In a fucking tornado or something?
It's Georgia. So anyway, the only way to win is to make it increasingly harder for them. And so I'll wait for
the windstorm to pass.
Yeah, and
please.
Oh my god!
It's Hurricane Testicle.
I think
really the only way to quote unquote win is to make it a little bit more difficult for people to get it. So I went back through Patreon and I just password locked all the uncensored versions, right? That was stage one. Just password lock everything, remove access from people, and just really watch to see who actually came and joined just to get the PDFs, and then who was going to come and really actually stick around because they like the work. Mm-hmm. Second thing I did was I removed the uncensored version from our Shopify store, and I just watched the IP addresses and monitored how many people were actually looking for the uncensored version, and I got a ton of emails asking for the uncensored version. I was like, okay, well, how do I fix this and still win? So I added $2 extra to the uncensored version, re-released everything that was already out, and then for issue 3, we're not releasing that to the public. That's kind of done. You can thank pirating for that. And then we also yanked it off of Comixology, which is where the pirates were getting the work from. So there's that. So now if they really, really want it, or really want it uncensored, the only way to get it is through Patreon. So someone's going to have to pay me the money to get it. And yeah, I win.
That makes sense. I mean, pirating is eventually going to happen. It's just a matter of how long you can hold it off.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's all about mitigating at that point. And what I don't do, or what I'm doing now is everything's got some sort of encryption on it. And if it gets leaked, I'll know exactly where it got leaked. And also, I'm purposely putting in errors on certain parts where I release. So if it gets pirated, I'll know exactly where it got pirated from. And unless you're paying super close attention, you're not gonna notice. So there's that.
There's a reason. There's a reason why I stick so close to this guy, and why I've more or less ripped every page out of his playbook.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Who was saying what about a windstorm?
Yeah.
That windstorm
was kind of. Was it Brian or Trent?
Trent. Yeah, you were talking windstorm, dude.
What? No, I wasn't.
Yeah, well, it sounded like it when the air's blowing right through your mic.
Bless you.
Well, I mean, I'm not using my mic at the moment.
Yeah, I'm definitely sitting at my desk in a house, so
I don't know, but again, yeah, Rags looks interesting. Maybe I'll take a look and buy that issue. Who knows?
I would start if you were good. You should jump on and get the first 2 issues while you can.
Yeah. By the way, Briz,
How much are the first 2 issues?
You can get
your camera is on, but also frozen.
What?
Your camera's on.
It's not a big deal. They're the same. They're the same price on Comic Central, aren't they?
Yeah, 99 cents to $1.
Oh man, yeah.
Okay, that's
that's
not bad.
You can also still. Can't you buy the PDFs on Antarctic site too? Like,
yeah, I can still buy them off of Antarctic, I believe.
I have had. I don't know. Like, okay, now this is only me speaking to having to get a print version. But every time I tried going through Antarctic Press, they were out.
Yeah, they sell out pretty quick.
Yeah, they do. But the PDFs are always available, which I know it's not as cool, right? But I mean,
oh god, I had to go directly through Brian to get a print version, which I am going to hang on my wall in a frame because it deserves it.
I got a whole
Yeah,
box
I've
of printed
heard-
versions, and I got a whole box of my exclusive versions. One being that silver bannered one, which looks
wait, you
so
got a
dang.
box of the silver one?
No, not a box. I got a silver one.
Oh, I was gonna say
that shit is so fucking dank, dude. Like, god damn it, that looks good.
Looks real good. As soon as I figure out how to do that myself.
Oh, looks so good.
Yeah,
slap my mama.
So I've heard something about Rags recently. That it's been pretty hot.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. You can take 2 issues of Rags, put them on eBay, and buy all of Bolivia.
Okay, Bolivia.
Oh, dude.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so a couple years back, I learned about this. I think it's a country, if not, it's a state in a other part of the world. I think it's a legit just a third world country, but there is a program made there's a program to be the president of that country for a day for a certain amount of money.
Why would you want to do that? It's a third world country.
Because if you pay enough money, you just be the ruler of that country for,
that would look really good on a resume. That's all I'm saying.
Right?
Ruler of Kazakhstan. Wow.
Pretty cool.
Alright, y'all. I'm about to do something incredibly dangerous, and that's back out of a Walmart parking lot.
Okay.
Here's hoping I don't get mugged.
Alright, just so you're aware, I'm going to mute you because then you can't talk to us so that you cannot be distracted.
Right. We here at Rags care. That's right.
Yes.
Raccoon cares.
That's
about
right.
your seat.
And if not you, me.
All right, so okay.
This
is actually good because I've had Brian on the show before, like way back in the day, and that was like back when Rags was still getting off the ground. And would it be like trying to get a feel for it? Has it been like what, a year?
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm done backing up.
Good.
Okay, it's been like a year since Brian was last on the show, and now it's kind of a good. This is a good place to kind of take a look back and see where you guys are at now.
Yeah, we've come a very long way. It's kind of surreal.
Oh yeah.
Like from just starting out where this was just supposed to be like a web comic and the Patreon was more or less supposed to be a tip jar. Then all of a sudden it was like, well, when are you getting physical copies out? It's like, I don't know. It's a web comic. And just kind of figuring out the logistics of that. And then now, Brett, you're in there. You're in the Discord server.
Yes, I am.
So going from, really just a Twitter presence to this really batty Discord server, it's just night and day from where we thought we were going to be and where we actually are. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I have to say, y'all getting able to be published and printed that easily is nice, because I know printing is not easy.
Actually, printing is extremely easy.
Yeah. It is.
The problem is people are stuck in their ways.
The problem is, I know how to actually do it. My family's been doing it for generations.
That's awesome.
Physically not an easy process. I mean, it's easier now, but when I was little, I nearly chopped off my hand working on some of those machines.
No. Well,
yeah.
Now you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just
saying we've evolved since the 20s. Like we don't have kids working the assembly
line. It's a family business. It is a family business. It doesn't violate child labor laws.
Fucking 6 months later comes out with a book, handing it around to people. Nobody can read. Fucking 1920s. That's good shit.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right.
So so this is what I'm saying. All right. So you'll see, just go through Indiegogo, right? Let me.
Should we?
Go. No.
Should we bring up the one about a bionic amphibian, or the one about a roided Johnny Bravo, or the one about?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter which one it is. And this is just kind of my thing for everybody. Let's go see if I can find. Well, anyway, you can go on Indiegogo and you go look at the comics, and you'll see a lot of people crowdfunding printing, which, in my personal opinion, is stupid. You don't really need to crowdfund printing. Once you get the PDF, all you need to do is make a couple tweaks. Oh, first of all, just buy InDesign from Adobe, get the template from Ninja Print, fix the template, add in your bleeds, and then go to Kablam, get one copy of your work printed, and they'll reproduce the work for you. So all you have to do at that point is just hit sell, and then bam, you're good to go.
I mean, from what I've seen, getting about 1,000 books printed of about 50 pages is not that crazy expensive.
No.
And the more you make, the cheaper it gets.
I think
think
there's
it-
different price break.
Depends on the service you use. I mean, like there's a reason you swear up and down by Kablam, Brian.
Yeah, so I swear up and down by Kablam because so you'll go to like other places like Kraken Print, Ninja Print, Hooker Print, and everything has like a minimum of like 200. You have to at a minimum order. Yeah, you always have to print in bulk, and it's always going to be like 250 to 500 copies or more. And at a minimum, your order's got to be about between $2,000 to $3,000.
Yeah.
And if you're like us and you're just selling like these things like one at a time, you don't really have like the bandwidth to like print out. First of all, we don't have like the money to print out 500 to 600 copies, get them all printed and shipped to us, and then get all the mailing stuff and then start doing that. That honestly needs like a business loan and a startup. This for us was just like a side thing. Just make a couple extra bucks here and there, and that was it. So with Kablam, you can pretty much say like, hey, here's my book. If you want a copy, PayPal me this much money, and I'll shoot you one over, and then boom, they'll do it right there for you.
Yeah.
I also use it for Patreon because it's easy for me to just set up a benefits package and say, all right, these people with this address, this is the amount of books I need. I need you guys to print that many and ship it directly to them, and they'll do it. So it works out for us that way. And you'll see people on Indiegogo saying like, yeah, I need $15,000 to print my book. It's like, you actually don't.
Here's a question I got, because I also know that Amazon does print on demand. Why was that not an option?
Because Amazon sucks.
Amazon is pretty shit.
The KDP sucks. There's a minimum. First of all, there's like a minimum page count that you have to have, and second of all, piracy. So there's that.
Too easy
Amazon
to pirate off Amazon.
Well, Amazon is pretty much the source of all piracy for comics, as I found out.
Wow.
Yeah, Comixology, great platform, but I kind of found it funny that I didn't have issues with piracy until our book got on Comixology, and then it was all over the effing internet.
All right, so as someone who resides in that state, I am going to have to apologize that Amazon is so terrible. But for the record, they are situated in Seattle, and Seattle is the source of everything wrong with Washington. I want that city drowned beneath the ocean.
Well, I mean, hey, at least the Space Needle will look pretty cool from underwater.
I mean, you can just do what I do with that city that shall not be named and just say it doesn't exist.
I can't, because unfortunately, when everyone thinks of Washington, they think fucking Seattle.
Yeah, because the Space Needle's a thing.
Not just that, they also I also blame. I think grunge has a lot to blame for that too.
I knew that was coming. Fucking Nirvana,
Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains.
I think you can also partially blame certain RPG companies, like Wizards is over there.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast is over there, and that same company, that makes what was it called, Pathfinder, which I've heard duplicitous things about.
Pathfinder's a piece of shit.
Never played it.
It's
I'm
bad,
a real man.
If you're not playing Palladium, don't fucking talk to me, okay?
Yeah,
So you guys don't even do D&D.
Not anymore. No.
We've graduated.
I'm a diehard Risk fan at this point. I don't want to play anything else but that.
Okay. Why are you not playing World War I Trench Warfare? A game of attack and defense. Thank you.
Because that title took 6 years to say.
And we also won that war, so move on to the next one.
All right.
Okay.
So, I do have one more comment about printing.
Yeah.
It's more just a random comment. My family's been doing printing for a while. The one thing I've noticed is we typically get bulk print because it's cheaper, and we typically deliver it to other businesses. That's what we mostly do. We do banners and whatnot. And that's way cheaper than printing and sending to individual people for the company that's doing it. That's why not many people are going to do it for very cheap. They're going to charge you up because it just the service of sending it is that expensive. Like,
Ouch.
my dad still has me run packages after I get out of work. And I don't even work there anymore. I do it because he lets me live in his house without rent.
Okay, so
No, actually, your wrench is running packages, boy.
Well, he also lets me eat his food.
Well, he obviously doesn't give you gas money.
No, he doesn't.
he's got a point, man. I'm gonna. So I guess if you're starting out as an indie creator and you want to get to the print on demand option, Kablam is best.
Yeah, Kabam is kind of like your best option. If you don't want to dump a whole lot of money, or you don't have like a whole lot of money to, you don't have like $2,000 to spare on 500 copies, then yeah. Also, if you don't want to kind of spend the extra time, the time that is needed to actually get all that stuff shipped out, that's also painful. But
yeah, I recently
know
saw
Kablam has done wonders for me, and it's just been really like the crux of how we got to where we are.
Yeah, I recently noticed
kind of proved to our Antarctic that we actually kind of didn't really need them. Like, we can get this book out ourselves, and no one was gonna stop us. So, it just.
Yeah.
I recently noticed that you guys were shipping copies of Rags out to overseas. Because Shane posted a pic of, what was it? All I can remember is hashtag AOF, I think. I don't know.
Oh no, I do ship overseas, ship everywhere. Was it Qatar? Qatar is the place I sent it to.
Yeah,
I ship all over the
place. All places.
Yep.
Gotta be. Oh man, Rags is gonna be uber haram out in Qatar.
I do have one question.
I have one answer.
Considered perhaps starting shipping to actual comic book stores and whatnot?
Well, that's why we have a publisher.
Yeah, that's why we're published.
Okay, so you're published.
By the way, I'm gonna tell you this, Briz. I'm gonna stop you right there because I have dealt with this, and both Brian and Trent can back me up on this because they heard me bitch about it incessantly. I had 3 comic book shops in Tacoma I could try through. I talked to all 3 of them. Not one of them said they could take Rags.
Okay, dude, you were fading in and out like a madman.
Basically, he was told, get out of my face, like 100 times, and he was real mad.
Yeah, if you don't have a publisher, that's probably what's going to happen.
No, he was saying publishers wouldn't publish him.
This was after they got signed to Antarctic.
What the fuck is he saying?
He said, I think he said that's how he got stuck with Antarctic.
I can hear him as well as I can hear both my fathers.
Oh.
Well, all right. So Brett was pretty much saying that every store that he went to refused to carry Antarctic.
Ah.
And
well, yeah. Well, it was Rags. What's the difference? Like, they all 3 of them. I have 3 comics.
I mean, it's kind of hard to hear over the car, though.
3 comic shops in Tacoma. Not one of them said they could take it.
Have you had any better luck with Changeling at all?
It's not even out yet.
But
that's true. But do you think you're going to have better luck?
I don't know. Maybe I can leverage the fact that I'm a local creator, but I don't put my odds that high.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Because they don't gotta go very far, is basically what you just said.
Yeah, because I know a local family-owned comic store around here that might have been interested, but I don't know. They're kind of all the way down here.
Here's the thing. I mean, that'd be cruel and all, but yeah, here's the thing. I think Trent told me about why that's the case.
Why?
You're gonna have to Trent. If I get anything right or wrong, please confirm. It was something about how most comic book shops put all the money in the big two and are sort of trying to also branch into being game shops.
Yeah, that seems to be a common theme nowadays. A lot of comic book stores are not exclusively selling just comics anymore. Like, there's one in my city where they're just solely comic books. He's got a little extra shit on the side too, but he focuses on comic books. But a lot of comic stores I found nowadays are trying to cater to the pen and paper crowd that's suddenly emerging, and along with other shit. So they're like, well, we don't have all this time and effort to put into, creating all these crazy pull lists of all these different companies. So we're just gonna go with like the main 2 or 3 because fuck everybody else, and we can, we know we'll sell those, but we're not gonna take the time of day to fucking, pick up these other comic, publishers.
Yeah, it's just that this one, the family business also has a arrangement, I'll call it, with, and I'll just leave it at that.
So yeah,
We don't tell you you give us crack, we get your crack.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
Oh.
okay, so yeah.
That's the basic idea. Anyway, I gotta go. Wonderful to meet y'all too. I may be back a little later.
Yeah, take it easy.
See ya, bros.
Y'all too.
Stay safe.
I am
Joke aside,
almost
I was-
home. Adios,
Know that
amigos.
hurricane.
Okay, so yeah, it seems like about the only way to the
Joke
only
aside,
surefire
I
way.
was not prepared for yeah, pretty much crack.
Yeah, but yeah, it seems like the only surefire way to get rags in your hands is to go directly through you guys.
Yep.
Which, good.
Hey, that's
I
actually
mean, it's. I'd like to have people get the published copies because they're cool. I like the published copies. I like them quite a bit, and I'd like people to get them. But it just seems like there's just all these fuckers on eBay get a hold of them first, and then they gouge the price.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, Dylan, I am not joking when I say I've seen copies of rags go on eBay for I think at a starting price of $50 to $500.
Yeah, it was getting out of fucking hand for a while there.
That
I think
was
it
insane.
That
might have gotten a little better, but
actually,
Well, it got better once I re-released the print on demand #1. It was like, here, you don't have to pay $500 just to read this book. That's ridiculous. So part of the problem, and we saw this like on Facebook because we've been shilling this book for what, 2 years now?
yeah, about that.
Yeah, like 2 years now. And the day it finally gets released to retail, like even before that, before that, we had the print on demand version. It was like, hey guys, we have this book out, help us out, buy a copy, share it, yada yada. None of our friends, none of our family bought it. Maybe like a handful. Really shouldn't say none, but like very, very few people got it. And then all of a sudden we get published, and then we nixed the print on demand version, so because we didn't want to double compete with ourselves, and we let Antarctic do its thing, and then it's in stores, and then all of a sudden it sells out. And immediately after it sells out, I don't know how many messages Trent got, but my inbox on Facebook for like days was just nothing but, hey man, can I get an autograph copy from you? I'll buy it. Like, dude, you have to go to the store and buy this thing. It's not like I'm selling this. You got to go to the store and buy it. And like, well, the store was out. Like, well, you should have pre-ordered, because we spent a good 2 to 3 months saying like, hey guys, pre-order our stuff so you're guaranteed a copy. Stomp, foot on ground, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then all of a sudden, like, we sold out, and
love our stuff.
Yeah, like it was just like, hey, go pre-order this. We're not gonna have any to sell to you directly. And then now all of a sudden it's like, hey man, you think you can hold a copy for me? Like, no. I get my 10 contributor copies that I'm gonna hold on to. I'm gonna distribute out to some very, very close people to me, and that's it. I mean, we didn't even get like the issue 1 version variant because we ended up having to send that back just so Antarctica could fill orders. So this time with our version variants, we made sure to get like 6 for ourselves, and we're just gonna sign them, pass them out to each other, and then that's it. But man, it's just like, guys, if you really want this book, go and make the pull list. That's the only guaranteed way of getting it. Also, it just shows that, you know, we're actually a decent book to buy and yada 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 numbers.
Yeah. On that note, I gotta bounce out. I gotta help my daughter with some shit.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Also, Trent's daughter is one of 2 people that has one of Changeling's shirts. The other guy is in the call right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Wait. There's changeling shirts? Why was I not aware of this?
You came in, dude. You were here. You were part of the Discord before they were a thing. In fact, you commented on them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yes. How much were those anyway?
I'll have to double check, but I'll drop you a link later, Briz. But yeah.
All right, cool.
Does
So I
Riley,
have a little
does Riley
disposable
love this
income
shirt?
I
right now.
mean, look at it this way. I bought one. They're pretty cheap.
Does she love that
That's
shirt? Please tell
true.
she loves it, right, Trent?
Yeah, dude.
I love that shirt, dude. I hate ponies.
I hate
Legit, I would wear that shirt to college.
All right, so yeah.
I would wear a changeling shirt to
Yeah,
college.
she is. Yeah, Trent's kid is fat. It's fair to say she is going to be one of the first fans, right?
I mean, I don't think that's fair to say.
You never know.
First fan. How dare you think she isn't?
Fine, she's the first one. She's the very first one. That's right.
No, I was taking that from your side of things. It's like,
Hi,
you
good
dare-
boy.
Isn't.
Who's a good boy? You are. Both of you are. What are y'all doing out here? Come on, get back in.
Jeez. I gotta get out of here, guys.
Bye, Trent.
Take it easy.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm ready to boy. Bye.
Nice night. Stay
Yes,
warm.
yes.
Stay safe.
All right, so okay, I guess.
Yes, it's just me now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we can still get this. He'll get most of the story with you.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I've actually glimpsed at the preview version of issue 3, so to speak. And I did tell you, like, there's not much I can tell you that someone else hasn't already pointed out. But how much of it has changed since then?
Since when?
Well, we've got words in the comic now.
Oh yeah.
There were words in the version I saw.
Hey, I'm gonna.
There's
head off
like
now.
Okay. See you later.
What were you gonna say, Brad?
Well, there's just like a couple of pages that had some minor errors on them that I've went back and fixed, and that's generally it. As far as what was in there content-wise from the script to actually what got drawn, there's a lot that got cut, and yeah, there's a lot of content that got cut.
I know you are very, very particular with how the final product turns out. Like, you told me you send the pages back to Luigi like what, 8 or 9 times before you're satisfied.
Oh yeah, and it's nothing against Luigi, because he's a great artist, like god tier. I don't deserve this dude. But I'm very, very particular on how things need to look, things need to move, and he's getting the hang of it. But I will kick a page back for even the most minor thing, even the most minor detail. Things need to be positioned the right way. Just the direction that Regina's looking. Like, a lot of stuff gets kicked back in the layout phase, and a lot of stuff gets kicked back in the inking phase. But once we get the colors, it's like almost it.
To be honest, respect that.
Yeah, I have. I think I've only had to kick a page back to Victor like once or twice.
Yeah. A lot of it has to deal with so main character is a Marine, right?
Yeah.
And so when you're a shooter, you have to move a certain way, you have to act a certain way, you have to handle your weapon a certain way, you got to do things certain ways. And so I'm very particular on the way Regina moves. Like at least in this
She
instance,
walks with purpose. For her to not walk with purpose would be a disservice.
It's just
more to it than that. It's
more,
like, so she's a left-handed shooter, so she's strong side left. So she does everything on the left side, and it has to look natural.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm left-handed. I understand.
Not just that. It's also because like this comes from your background in the army. I know for a fact you hate most military movies because they get everything wrong.
Yep, true. So just the way she talks to people, when she's getting in somebody's face, the knife hands have to come out. Certain way she curses at people, it's very, very particular. Like it has to be a certain way. It's not just like, oh, just saying fuck you. No, it's the way she says fuck you. It's very particular. Like her facial expression while she says it. It's that particular. Like it's gotta look this way.
Dylan, do we dare make the obvious joke here?
I say no.
I know Brian's not gonna care. I'm just wondering, do we have the balls to do it?
Oh well, okay. If the guy doesn't care, then yeah, go ahead.
Brian is a slave driver.
Possibly. I mean, that attention to detail, it's been what's got us this far, so can't be too mad at it.
No, I'd agree as well.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the results speak for themselves.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just like that cover, very particular about the way he's holding the ankle lock. He's got the ankle lock in, the look of fear in her face, how far she is from her weapon. You know, the angle of it, the way the bathroom shower has to look. It's just like these little tiny minor details that people aren't going to appreciate.
Oh no, I super
later on.
I am the grandson of a Vietnam Marine vet. I very much appreciate such that amount of detail to anything having to do with any part of our army.
My army.
I say our because America. So
that's mine.
he was in it, and you weren't, Dylan.
My army. No, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've done. You don't know what I've seen. Nah.
Okay, so I have. Yeah. I'm not sure what to talk about without giving away what happens.
Oh, in issue 3?
Wow. Yeah, because all I can say is you're gonna see. I can say you're gonna see Regina get roughed up a little.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's given the cover.
True, but if you've read the beginning of the work up until now, it's kind of like that happens in almost every issue. Like, there's not one issue where she's not been bashed in the face somehow. Like, our prologue issue ends with her getting hit in the face with a baseball bat. Issue 2, she gets decked in the face with magic. Oh yeah.
So, okay. Question: have you seen some of the stuff we've had Ginger put Regina in?
Oh, he had to have. I know he had to have seen that.
I saw the Squirrel Girl one.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was alright.
Good.
That was funny.
I love the expression that Ginger gave her for it. Like,
just so not.
I will wear this, but I won't like this.
Yeah, just very unhappy.
Oh god! So the best thing about Regina as a character that I like, everybody right now is going to get her so wrong. Because of course, like, she's coming off like a hard ass and somebody that like is angry all the time and whatnot, which she is. But you follow Liz Finnegan on Twitter by chance?
We both do.
Okay, so pretty much Regina's personality is Liz's personality.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm pretty sure Liz would have fun dressing up as Squirrel.
Actually, from what you've told me about Liz, she'd be on that shit.
So that's just the best part about this character. Where actually all the characters in the book so far, which I don't think everybody. No, you haven't met them all yet, but when you do, you'll figure it out. That what you think that their personalities are when you first meet them is actually the complete opposite. Like Regina's actually like a really fun, cheery, jokey, fun-loving person.
She just, gets beaten to a pulp every other hour.
So the PTSD is all a red herring then.
Not necessarily. It's there. It's a thing. It's debilitating at times. And which is the point of this story is like getting through that. Can't give too much away there, but but generally, even before the PTSD, if you look at our drop this picture to you, like you'll see like all of the art that we do. That's pre the beginning of the actual story, and you'll see like she's just a fun-loving chick. Yeah. She does all this crazy stuff. Like her main talent is opening beer bottles with her eyes.
Say what?
Yeah, I just DM'd it to.
He DM'd it to me, not to you, Dylan. Should I send it to Dylan?
I heard opens beer bottles with eyes.
I'll send it to you, Dylan.
Okay.
I do not know how that's possible.
She's just talented, Yeah.
Okay. I've seen people not with their eyes, but with like other stuff open up beer bottles in weird ways. Mm-hmm. When you said it, I did not think that. I thought she stared at it and it just opened for her.
No, she just jams it in her eye.
In her eye and pop.
Nope. That's actually a joke. If you've seen Eurotrip, right?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. I have not. I don't remember.
I know it exists.
Yeah, well, the football hooligans, like one of the hooligans, like pops open 2 beer bottles with his eyes. It was like the funniest thing. Like, oh my god, that's got to be her talent. Yeah. But in most of her like earlier concept stuff, you always see her like smiling. Mm-hmm. But like in this book, as she is like the snapshot right now, it's like she's going through some stuff.
Yeah, good. Okay, this depends. Can I do I have permission to at least drop? I'm gonna type this in the Discord because I do not want to say this over air. So we're gonna have a little dead air for a second.
Never.
Ever. Are you kidding? It's not like we have to talk because this is a podcast and people need to know that we're speaking.
Exactly. Yeah. But like most of her or most of like the past stuff that we show in her past is she's smiling. And later on, if we actually execute this right and we pull this off right, this whole series is gonna go nuts, and you're just gonna see it's gonna get crazy and crazy. You're gonna see like it's different.
Okay, are we talking fully coolly crazy or Dragon Ball Z crazy?
I plead the fifth on this. I can't exactly say how crazy it goes, but it does go crazy.
Well, I did have a mini arc planned where Maeve and Regina jump through various cartoon universes, a la Rick and Morty, and just get Brent needs to step away for a sec. So Dylan and I will carry it.
Yeah.
All right. So. Okay. So. Yeah. It's all I'm gonna say, Dylan, is that it is.
I saw the art. That's good art.
Yeah, it is. It is. I have actually. Let me just put it this way: I have had access to certain documents regarding the direction Rags is going. let me put it this way: nobody is prepared.
She's the cousin of the president of the United States and becomes the U.S. president because everyone that's in the lineup dies.
Sure, why not?
And I'm back. Anywho, the best thing about this work is the Easter eggs, and there's Easter eggs everywhere from beginning to end. And if people don't pick them up, that's on them.
Yeah, it's let me put it this way. You know how Rick and Morty fans brag about how you need a high IQ to understand it? Well, guess what? Rags actually needs a high IQ.
Oh my.
Actually, here I think the most interesting part about the origin to Rags as the book was just how on the dot Liz signed on to this. Like, did not even give it a second thought.
Oh yeah, because it was this picture that sold it.
The one with Regina in her military uniform, or
I think it's something else. He's good. No, it's something else.
It's this one. I just DM'd it to you.
Oh, this one.
That one. That is like the first concept art I had of like all the characters and everything.
Damn.
Like, and this is how the series was supposed to look.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
Yeah, this is what sold it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get this artist on board for the whole thing, but I'm actually, I don't want to say glad, but we got Luigi, so it's just as good. The trade-off was great.
Yeah, you know what? I can relate because, like, I mean, you've probably seen it. I mean, you probably know that Victor was not the first guy I signed on to Changeling, and I had someone else. That person left although the circumstances between us were different. In your kit, I'm not going to go into why your guy left, but with me, it was just because my original person had a job opportunity come up that they could not pass up, and well, that was all she wrote. It's like I can't hold that against you. But the good news was I hooked up with Victor, and it's worked out for the best. And then Ginger came on, and yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you'll see like the differences between here. I need to side by side.
Okay, hold that thought for a sec. Heck, I'll add you to the DM with Dylan, just so I don't have to keep passing back and forth between you guys like it's the last bar of soap in prison.
Okay then.
Fine, you don't get any soap.
Well, oh gee, thanks. It's not like I needed it or nothing. So
wash your ass, boy.
Wash your ass.
Wash your ass. Alright, so here's
real
see,
quick.
this is our old colorist, right? Boop.
Okay, is it cool for me to show this?
Is it okay for him to do that, Brian?
Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Then, by all means, screen share and share.
Yeah. I drew up comparisons with Sin City, and I'm not sure if Brian legit doesn't know who he is or is just fucking with me. And I'm talking about Frank Miller.
Who?
Frank Miller.
I have no idea, guy.
Frank Miller, guy who made Daredevil what he is, made Sin City 300.
Mark Waid?
Now I know he's fucking with me.
Anyway, here's our new colorist, right?
Yep.
New colorist. Oh yeah, the difference.
Yeah, the difference is night and day.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, love the new colorist. There is some things that we do need to tweak still, but
it looks
oh god, dog. Hey!
For once it's not mine.
Yep.
It just looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Yeah, it's kind of the same with what Victor and Ginger do over at Changeling. I mean, Victor's line work is good, but honestly, I mean, he's definitely. Actually, no. I mean, I can't discount one without the other. I mean, like, I kind of need both of them.
Yeah. The only thing is well, I'll talk about that off air, but you have to like really look close in order to really see it. And once it was pointed out to me, I was like, oh my god, I can see it now. But the new colorist I really, really enjoy and I really love, and got Capuchin's one. They're gonna get some decent work once this is all get done too.
Mm-hmm.
So issue 3. Issue 3 is the end of Regina's arc, and yeah, it starts. Issue 4 starts the actual Rag storyline. So
in other words, this is where the rug gets yanked out from everybody.
No, not yet, not yet. So, because I'm all about the slow burn, pulling off the joke like after like maybe an hour of setup.
Right. That's
So
fair.
yeah, that's fair. So like with our storytelling, everything's like slow and deliberate, and I'm not going to give everybody like the answers immediately, except the answers are there. You just have to be paying attention. Like my favorite one was I posted. Somebody was asking about the last page of issue 3. Like, who's that guy? I'm like, he's already been introduced. He was in like issue 2. Like, no, he wasn't. Like, yes, he was. And it just goes to show how people are actually reading the story and who's actually just distracted by boobs.
Like I said, Rags actually requires a high IQ to get.
Not even like a high IQ. You just gotta pay attention. That's the thing. That's the funniest thing.
Yeah, I mean, what I looked at just now and showed people via the screen share and all that, like, no words. I think there was one sound effect of cocking the gun, and everything else was look at the blood splatter, look at the boobs, look at the underwear, because that's what's on panel. So that took 2 seconds of thought, and then I saw a sound effect and was like, okay, showed it.
Yep.
So, yeah, if in a story that I like, going off of those panels, right? If I may, I can infer that there's not a whole lot of words, and there's a lot of visual storytelling within the comic.
Yeah, that's actually that is something I really appreciate, just because like it seems like you got a lot of comics out, especially in the big 2, that are overly wordy. If you ask me, it's like, this is not a novel. It's a comic book. It's a visual medium. Let the pictures tell the story. Use the text and dialogue where you need it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why we don't have a whole lot. All of our narration boxes are like in the beginning or like near the end. I prefer people to read the story that's actually on Regina's face, which hardly anyone has yet, and so I'm just kind of waiting for those people to actually finally realize that and bring that to me.
Yeah, I mean, like,
unless like I actually pointed out, no one's actually said anything to me about it.
That's interesting. I wonder if anyone will realize that after they've listened to this.
No, that maybe not. Who knows?
Probably not, no.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've written entire pages that have no text in them. Like, it's just nothing but the visuals, just trying to let the mood and atmosphere do everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is something that you need to appreciate, and you definitely should be following Rags, because it is gonna be important to Changeling.
Yep. And actually here, like 3 pages, right? And within these 3 pages, pick out all the words. So the whole entire book isn't just black and white, so you'll see like some color here too.
Black and like I said, hence the Sin City comparison.
So you'll see. Don't share like that first one.
No, yeah. But yeah, Dylan, don't share that one. That
I saw the
Wait,
first
hold on.
panel.
Hold on, hold on.
that might actually get the stream flagged.
Wait, hold on. Let me delete that one. Here. I got a decent one. I might get the stream flagged anyway, but
It's okay. I'll just say this: boob warning. Avert your eyes.
avert your eyes, you
Yeah.
snowflakes.
Yeah, I won't share. It's
Okay, there you go.
exceptional art.
Oh,
There you
this
go.
is-
So, you can share this one. You can share this
I,
one.
if I want to say I actually kind of like the censored version just because I can say, not because I'm a prude or anything, it's because what other comic can you point out where a girl has bunny skulls on her tits?
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling that. I was literally 2 seconds away from the share button. Now I don't need to. Jerk.
Oh, fair enough.
You should have told. Well, you should have. Might have been quicker, Dylan. That's your fault.
Hey, it's like a 4-step process. I gotta full screen the image to make sure it's not blurry or small. I gotta actually click screen share.
Well, first of all, I only give out high quality images.
It's mostly okay. So the reason I say to make sure it's not blurry or small is because my resolution for my screen is really good when it's a full image, and I don't know how to magnify my screen and then bring it back because I'm a pleb, and I fully admit that. So the multi-step process longer, but definitely worth it overall because then it's everyone would see exactly what I see.
Show it, okay? I'll show it.
No. Also, you got really quiet again, Brett.
No, you.
No.
No.
That'll be bitch made, Dylan.
But anyway, you can see like even here, like in our color pages, there's like a lot of attention to detail played to like faces, and there's even I can't say it. Spoiler. If people aren't paying attention, they're going to miss it, and it can be hard to see within the way the pages are colored, but it's there, and it's really apparent once you see it and once I pointed it out. But yeah, like it's not the color. Actually tells a separate story in itself. Is all the point I was trying to make.
I have an idea, but I'm not. But I'm gonna reserve it until we're off air.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Yeah. I don't know, Brett. It's kind of hard to become blood brothers and then have an unending bond like that from a minimum of a state away. I don't know where you are, Brad.
Right. Brian's in California.
California.
Yeah. The AKA the source of everything wrong with America.
Okay.
The other thing that's wrong with America.
Upside, we are literally sandwiched between each other state-wise.
We're all on the same coast.
Yeah.
Yep. At least we go to bed at the same time, except for Brett because he's a night owl.
Hello, it's cold 3 a.m. It's the best time to go to sleep.
It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. Sorry.
5 o'clock.
I've singing Tourette's.
5 o'clock in the morning. Conversation got born.
My dog decided to tunnel under her blankets.
Oh, that's cute.
So now all I can see is her butt when I look at her.
It is so cute.
But yeah, man, this issue 3 was. Can't believe we're here.
Aside from all the obvious growing pains you guys had to go through, like, has like any part of the creative process just been harrowing? Because I also know for a fact that there's some personal stuff attached to this book for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of personal stuff attached to the book, which I'm not gonna go into, but a lot of it just is like the script has been done for like 2 years, and just finding the artist the right person, to bring it to life was the hardest part. Yeah.
Sorry for the squealing. My dog tried to eat me, but she's in my lap now.
Yay.
Yes.
So yeah, the most important thing about this book was just making sure that we got Liz's blessing. And if we didn't get that, this book probably would have never happened. It would have gotten shit canned back in April last year.
Best way I can put it is that Liz to you guys was to what Uma Thurman was to Quentin Tarantino.
Without the feet.
True. I mean, no joke. Like, do you know this story, Dylan?
No.
Okay, so like Quentin Tarantino has said in interviews that Pulp Fiction never would have worked if Uma Thurman hadn't been in it.
Mm-hmm.
No joke. He actually rung up Uma Thurman and read the script over the phone to her, and that was what it took to get her to sign on to Pulp Fiction. I'm thinking she just signed on to it just to get him to shut up.
Fair enough.
I'd believe it.
I had to oh god, let's see if I can, because Liz posted this
No, I know, I do. Dude, I already said, like, you just had that DM with her and she signed on the dot, although it was, I think it's fair to say it was not, this took some time to get to this point.
I will honestly say, for me to even post that, for me to even do that Instagram message was the Hail Maryest of Hail Marys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here it is. Copy link.
I think you said, what was it, like, 3 years it took you to get there?
Yeah. Just to this DM.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it was 3 years. And that's even, yeah, I mean, I can personally attest to how hard Liz is to get a hold of. I've only been in 2 conversations with her.
Yeah.
And I will say both times she was extremely nice.
She's very nice.
This was my day. Hanging out with Santa Paws.
Santa Pug.
Santa Paws.
Yeah. Oh, it's that. Oh, I remember this. This was from that conversation with Mr. Bitchmaid.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, Liz has had to deal with quite a few Bitchmaid. Hey guys.
Mm-hmm. And the best part about this book is, like, we have all of our I's dotted, all of our T's crossed, and really unless you generally don't like the work, which,
that's your prerogative.
Yeah, that's your prerogative. This work isn't for everybody.
Not unless see constant blood splatter, mostly black and white, and then occasional boobs.
But, like, a lot of the criticisms that we've gotten were from people who just looked at the cover.
Thought it was one thing.
Yeah, looked at the cover, thought it was one thing, didn't even read the book, and just was just shitting on us, and we're just like, hey, actually read the book and then tell us what you think. And then they're like, no, it's just like a hooker and blah, blah, blah. And Liz just says, like, hey, please don't call me a hooker. And they're like, no, I'm not talking about you. We're talking about the character. And then she'll show the screenshot of the page where it says, starring Liz Finnegan. And it's like, oh, shit. So it's just like...
You have to admit,
that's pretty great. As far as, like, haters that don't know what they're talking about. Just 5 minutes.
Fucking epic own.
Yeah, it's like such an epic own, and we don't even have to, like, really do anything. Like, it just like all of like I said, we have everything covered. So if anybody wants to critique the character, that's like, okay, well, fine, but please don't be mean to Liz. And then if anybody wants to critique the writing, it's like, okay, well, I wrote it. Like, well, we've actually gotten accused of like, oh, it's just a bunch of horny white dudes playing. It's like a bunch of horny white dudes writing this. I'm like, except I'm a black guy. And it's like, yeah.
I can see like the face, like I can see the criticism that people don't know what they're talking about. Criticism that you get, I can see it like on Facebook or something, and then you point out like the very first basic thing wrong with what they said, being horny white guy. Well, I'm black, and they just edit their post and says a horny white guy and a horny black guy.
Well, they can't edit. You can't edit a Twitter post.
You can't edit Twitter, but you can edit Facebook. That's why I mentioned Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, that part I missed. Yeah. The worst thing I expect to get for Changeling is that, I mean, aside from the fact that it's two-thirds of the creative team are white, me and Ginger.
Oh. Oh god.
Victor, my artist, is Mexican.
Oh man, like once people actually figure out, like, okay, here I'm gonna do a really massive spoiler, right?
The only thing where I was gonna go with, I expect to get shit for the fact that most of my cast is white. To which I'm gonna say, yeah, it's set in Aberdeen. Have you been there?
Okay, so this right here is the biggest hidden joke of the entire book, and no one will get it.
You get it, Dylan?
Doesn't get it.
I mean, the obvious two soldiers have each other's back part.
Well, first of all, one's a Marine, the other's a soldier. So let's get that squared away first.
Okay. I don't fully get it.
I think I do. That's another thing I'm gonna wait for off air, just because we should probably that should not be let loose into the air just yet. Yes, that was it. Yes, that was it.
Get it now?
Yes. That was what I was thinking, man. That's what I was thinking.
That's like the driving joke of this whole entire story. And no one's gonna get it. And when they finally do, it's gonna be like, oh my god.
That's the
Yeah.
I'm glad I decided not to screen share.
Yeah, don't screen share that one.
Let's do ourselves.
Yeah, and this if you follow me on Twitter, you'll actually see me tweet the word negromancy out a lot. This plays into this.
They never know.
Oh no, people won't figure it out. But we'll see if we actually get to explore that. There may or may not be a season 2. I can't
Say one way or the other.
Yeah, I can't say it one way or the other right now. It's just it's up in the air.
But I can say that I do have Brian's blessing to use Regina as a supporting character in my book.
This is true.
And so, like I said, that is a good reason to be picking up Rag, so that you'll know.
So I've just noticed what's going on, and why you're so quiet. Hangouts is not actually picking up. You have volume, so I think your sound is coming through like a different mic. That's farther away or behind you or something.
Yeah, it's my blue snowball that's on my desk.
Okay, set it to the built-in mic. How's it sound now?
It
Much
sounds
better.
normal.
All right.
I heard it like a pop.
All right. To be fair, though, you're probably going to be thankful that it was my blue snowball mic, because when I was giggling really loud, that probably would have really fucked with the gain.
A little bit, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay. All I guess I can say is at this point, Brian, is there anything else to cover with Regs that
There's
doesn't
something
involve giving?
completely and utterly unrelated, but I want to warn any and all viewers that go this far in that are having the issue I'm having at this moment. Do not mix barbecue tofu and Coca-Cola.
so
He's a vegan.
Your body will hate you. Oh God.
You think that'd be shit other vegans would tell you?
No one told me. I made my lunch today, which was like a salad with like barbecue glazed, like stovetop cooked tofu. It was delicious. I had carrots and I had broccoli in there. I had apple slices. It was fantastic.
bacon?
No.
Did you not hear vegan?
Well, maybe it was a mistake.
It was not a mistake. I have a good reason why I am, but yeah, it was a good salad and stuff. And then I walked my dog, got a Coke at like the convenience store that lets her in and stuff, and then walked home, and I am paying for it.
Yeah, I
Should've
bet you.
gotten a beer.
Speaking of which, Brian told earlier today. Brian said he was going to be drunk, so I thought, you know what, I'll crack out my bottle of proper 12 whiskey that I got for my birthday.
Yay!
Conor McGregor's
should tell me these things.
Conor McGregor's personal brand, and it is not for the weak. This will knock you on your ass.
People should tell me these plans. I would have drank.
So the plan is, whenever I show up to anything, always just be drunk.
Now I know that.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Speaking as a former soldier, what is your opinion of G.I. Joe?
I miss it. It was actually pretty fun. Oh, like the new shit?
I don't know, just in general.
Well, so I liked the stuff from, like, obviously when I was a kid growing up. The stuff they had now, like Aubrey Sitterson's G.I. Joe was complete, utter, total dumpster fire fucking garbage. And the reason being is the people who are writing G.I. Joe now, and which is the problem for a lot of military-themed comics that have been, much as I hate to say this word, it's been taken over by SJWs. The problem with those books is, like, the people writing them have no idea of how the military works. Like, let's take into point Captain Marvel. The Life and Times of Captain Marvel, she had this little bit where she was going over her time in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one page that stood out to me where she said that, hey, I was the top of my class, I was the fight, and or I was the top pilot, and I was the top this, top that, but all my commanders said the same thing. You were good for a girl, which, if you ever served in the military, you would know that would never be said, and the commander that actually let those words slip out of his mouth,
reprimand.
Yeah, that commander's getting nuked. So it's just a lot of the sexism that got played up in there. It was.
Mm-hmm.
It was like way, way, way off. And then like Aubrey Sitterson's G.I. Joe, like it was like we're the misfits, the outcasts, the blah 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 blah. And there was a God, what was it? It's like, oh, anybody that washed out like at 48 push-ups. Like, okay, if you go to like at least I'm fairly certain that the Army, GI Joe is an Army organization.
I think
But,
my impression was it was just a general military organization because they
Well, there's
recruit
no
from
special-
all over.
Well, yeah, you can recruit from all over. Like, let's say, okay, Navy SEALs, right? That's obviously going to be a SEAL type organization.
No, well, I mean, like they got
SOCOM is a Army organization, but the SEALs fall under that, or they can, depending on their area of operations.
that SEALs
So
are
like I
strictly
said,
Navy.
people that don't know like how the military works won't know these like tiny little tidbits. So like say Delta Force, right?
Mhm.
Army's Delta Force. I probably even shouldn't say that, but that's like the best of the best of the best of the best.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the guys above that. That's still an Army organization, but they recruit from everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So you
I
could
guess.
be a SEAL and be on Delta Force, but it's an Army organization.
Interesting. Yeah, but maybe like it's just more like because I remember like there are guys like in GI Joe like Shipwreck, whom that guy was obviously recruited out of the Navy.
Yes. So again, I'm fairly certain that it's like the GI Joe program itself is a Army organization, but
Like they don't recruit strictly from the Army, is what you're saying.
exactly. So let's say push-up standard.
So,
All right.
so to simplify what you're saying,
So what
G.I.
I'm simplifying what I'm saying is like
is
when
a-
Aubrey Citizen was saying like, oh, 48 push-ups, right? Well, I'm gonna give you two standards: the male push-up standard and the female push-up standard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Look at the female push-up standard, and you go to that number 48.
Mm-hmm.
48 push-ups on the female scale, all the way from the age brackets of 17 to 21 to about 56, which is right around retirement age.
Are these percentages?
These are points, right? So you do 42 push-ups as a female, and that's 100 points if you're between the ages of 17 and 21. You do 46 push-ups as a female between the ages of 22 and 26. That's maxing the amount of push-up points that you get on this PT test. It's a 300-point test, and this is the old test. There's a new one coming, blah, blah, blah. Look at the male scale, right?
Uh-huh.
Scroll all the way down to 48. And on the male scale, 17 to 21, 48 push-ups.
Yeah, those are low.
Those are low, but in the Army, 60% and above is passing. Right? So keep that in mind.
Basically just got to get a D.
Exactly, right? And then you pass. So in order to get 70% or higher, it's 49 push-ups. So as a male, 17 to 21, 48 push-ups is not failing. It's not washing out. And that's true all the way across the board up until you hit your mid-30s. And then, it's a higher point bracket all the way up until about 40, 42, 46, and then then it really starts dropping. But the point is, again, people that don't know special operations and how that works is sure on a normal PT test, the 48 push-ups you're gonna wash out on, or you're not gonna wash out during the regular Army PT test, right?
Point is, Aubrey Sitterson should have talked to somebody from the Army.
Exactly, because at 48 push-ups, yeah, you're going to wash out of selection. You're going to wash out of the Q course. You're going to wash out of all those special. You're going to wash out of Ranger School. You're going to wash out of Airborne School. You're going to wash out of all these schools that gave you the skill set to actually go out and do the things that theoretically G.I. Joe would do.
Mm-hmm.
But
this guy did not. He knew nothing.
Yeah, he knew nothing. So for me, like, if you're going to take like the worst of the worst and everybody that has like a discipline problem, can't do PT and all this other stuff, like, I don't want these guys on my squad. They're going to be shitbags.
Oh, man, this is nothing compared to how he roasted the Punisher on Twitter.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, I didn't even get through the Punisher. The Punisher was so fucking stupid.
Tell the point that made you rage quit at least.
Oh God, which one? Like the point where like Frank just
The point where you nearly destroyed your TV.
Drop. So first of all, like during one of the early flashback scenes, Frank Castle, like the whole squad is getting like I don't know if they're ambushed, but they're pinned down, right? This dipshit goes off by himself, and he's clearing a building by himself. Which one wrong? Never clear a building by yourself. You always have backup. Two, he takes off his helmet, which never drop your ballistic. You never drop your ballistic. You never drop your bucket. You never drop your medge, right? Because that's head protection, right? If you get shot in the head,
you're dead.
You're dead. There's nothing to protect you from that. And then the most egregious thing that happened was he drops his weapon and then picks up an AK, which, again, if you've ever been in the military, you know that you are responsible for your weapon. Your weapon goes missing, the entire post gets locked down. Like, this is just garrison, right? Like, a pair of NGVGs goes like, yeah, I'm just going to toss these NVGs wherever. No, those somebody signed for those. Somebody's responsible for those. That is coming out of somebody's paycheck. That's at least $750 out of somebody's paycheck, and then not even counting the weapon. So this guy just drops his weapon onto the ground, picks up an AK, and just keeps moving on. And it's just like, what in the ever-living shit is going on here? And then flash back to the present, quote unquote, where Frank is sitting on the top of the construction site and he's talking to the kid. I don't remember what exactly he said, but here's the thing, right? Frank, in this instance, was a Marine Corps officer. And again, if you've been in the military for longer than 6 months or 5 minutes, as we say, you would know officers have a better, what's the word?
I remember Diversity in Comics actually pointing this out. He said like Frank was acting more like a staff sergeant than a lieutenant.
Exactly, right? Probably even less. It's probably more like a fucking E4 at that point. But officers have more God, what's the word I'm looking for here?
They carry themselves with more dignity.
It's not just that. It's like they have more resources. They have access to more resources than an enlisted person.
So in other words, Frank should not be living as dirt poor as he is.
Exactly. There's no reason why Frank should be as dirt poor as he is as a like even if he got out as a captain, right? No reason why he should be like as dirt poor and living as shitty as he does in that whole series. Which, okay, if he was enlisted, all right, I could get it, I could stretch.
How about the part where they explained that he was living under a fake name?
Whatever.
So it still stretches credibility too much.
It does.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, how well is he gonna really hide himself from the U.S. government unless he is seriously putting all like hours and hours of time and effort and money.
Well, especially considering that the first episode seemed to imply that like after he killed what was left of the cartels, like he just burned all his Punisher gear and just went underground and started living under a fake name. Like,
yeah, like that would do some damage. Maybe stop, whoever from finding him for a little while, but like the instant he buys a sandwich with a credit card or something.
I think we can assume Frank was using nothing but cash. But yeah, I mean, like he was in the military. They have his name, they have his face, they have his prints, they have his blood type. They have everything.
They have everything. And what I'm saying is the instant he fucks up and doesn't use cash, right? The instant he fucks up at all, that's it.
Yeah, done. Like, even just shooting somebody in the face. Oh, pull the prints. Run through the... Oh, there he is. FBI database.
Yeah, pull the prints. Match the gun. match the ballistics of the gun and the bullet. We know what he used and who it is. Go get him.
In other words, none of what he did could have been done.
No, but like I get it. It's fiction, but my suspension of disbelief, to a degree, I just couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, you were, like I said, like I tweeted a gif of someone destroying their TV and you said that was you.
That was essentially me, and that was just episode 1. I really could not get through that.
Dude, it gets so, I'm going to tell you, it gets so much worse. There's this one...
I'm pretty sure that it gets much worse than that. But one thing I did notice about, all the Marvel stuff on Netflix, they really don't like the military.
I am not about to rule that out, man.
Honest to God, they don't. You just see the way I was watching Daredevil, right? And I liked the first 2 seasons. That was great. And then they brought in Bullseye. And immediately it was you saw ex-army guy with issues. Yeah. That was his whole character. It's see how this is. And that's been every military person on Marvel Netflix. Jessica Jones, for example, the guy who played Nuke, popping pills, ex-army or military guy who brought his battle buddies down to help take out the purple guy.
I
can't remember his name right now.
I'm glad they managed to figure out who it was that did all those killings at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Right. But they bring he brings all his battle buddies to go take down the purple man. That's his name in the comics. And all his friends get killed, and he's actually has a very legitimate response to his friends dying. And her response to him was "I'll suck it up, Buttercup." It's wow, really? Those were his battle buddies, and that bond between your battle buddies is actually deeper than your family members. I have a battle buddy right now who's dying of brain lesions and shit. I'm paralyzed every time I speak to them because there's not really much I can say, and I just make the time to talk to them all the time, and it just sucks. And I know that every moment I have is it's probably going to be the last moment I talk to them. So I make it a point every Sunday to always be on the phone with. Yeah, to always be on the phone and talk to them. But it's little things like that. You can just when you're watching. We've been in the military long enough, and you start watching these Netflix shows or movies or television, and you just see these little things. It's man, can't watch this now because they just really have no idea what
they don't get it.
Yeah, they just don't get it. Again, Punisher, prime example. What was the episode when they had the kid who was living in the foxhole in his dad's basement?
Yeah, I know that guy. That guy goes crazy and starts becoming a mad bomber.
Yeah, so really, there is that was another spot where I had issues. First of all, that guy has had issues, and nobody in his family thought to take his weapons away. Mm-hmm. Right. Secondly, no one the guy when he was going for that job, right before he got cut for the job, they're "Oh yeah, we're just gonna cut you and suck it up and it's whatever." What really would have happened was, or would have gone was Doc, the guy who played Doc. They always called the medic Doc, but that guy would have been "Hey, look, that guy over there, he's probably not stable enough to be out in the field, but he's a good trainer, and what you should do is just." Probably not hire him on for field stuff, but keep him on as a trainer. They could have very easily just told the guy, "Hey, look, we're going to hire you. We're not going to put you out the field because we're kind of worried about your mental state, but we like the way you engage people. We like the way you train. And hey, we're going to hire you on as a trainer at the very minimum."
But then they can't have their mad bomber, which is basically them making a whole Trump analog or some shit.
Yeah.
So I don't
it's just one of those
I don't mean
things.
to interrupt, guys, but I actually need to leave. Considering that I am the one in charge of this thing running, I'm going to mute myself and just someone at me on Discord when it's time to end the stream.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, no problem, Dylan.
No, it's okay. I'm done with my rant.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I can at least live. I think we got to at least leave on a much more cheery note than Brian hates all military fiction.
I do. I hate, which is kind of why I started Rex.
So what? Even Tom Clancy?
Oh, some Tom Clancy stuff. You're gonna hate me for this. I find his writing style boring.
I don't blame you. I don't know. My dad said he once spent a day where he read through all of Hunt for Red October. I do not know how he pulled that off.
Yeah, me either. He's a good writer, don't get me wrong, but some of his stuff is just really hard to get through.
Well, was a good writer. He's not alive anymore.
Made a potato. But like one of the main reasons why I did Rags was just for my own
Self-fulfillment.
Yeah, my own self-fulfillment was actually write a piece of military fiction that was actually at least accurate in the way the characters would act towards one another, which is definitely why I picked an army person, a Marine Corps female, and an army person. So like you actually have like different dynamics and different ways of looking at things. So, yeah, Rags issue 3 out now on Comic Central and
yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying we gotta have there's gotta be a cheery spot we can take off on.
So if you guys like the book, please pre-order it. That'll show that we're actually worth investing in by the publisher. Actually, we get more royalties, which means more money to Luigi, so he can not live in my basement anymore. And also, if we hit one of our goals on Patreon, there actually might maybe be.
There might what be?
Maybe.
You're not gonna say, are you?
Nope.
Of course he won't. Good. I guess good luck getting him to. Talk. I guess all I can say is, guys, if you really want to know about the inner workings of Rags, just sign up for the Patreon. Like, is there like a minimum to get inside the Discord, or does any tier guarantee it? Okay, so sign up for $5 tier, which is that's Muffin. Fuck, what was
Battle Buddy? Okay,
$5 tier Battle Buddies that gets you in the Discord, and you can get you can learn some of the inner workings behind it. I'll just I forgot I am following you on Patreon when I just pulled that up, so I'll just read it off myself. Oh, that moment when I remember there's that YouTuber called Rags. That's something I want to bring up. How often have you guys gotten confused with that guy?
Initially, a couple times, but it really hasn't come up as often as you'd think.
That's actually surprising. Although I guess once people see that the main character is a half-naked ginger and not a furry, it's kind of easy to say, okay, yeah, this is something different. Yeah. I guess I'm just a little surprised at that is all.
Little bit, but not really.
Yeah. Let's see. Just want to create your memberships, blah 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 blah. Patreon needs to yeah. Desktop is not helping. I'm gonna go through mobile.
Patreon's honestly not like the best site.
It's kind of but unfortunately, it's kind of all we've got. Okay, fine. I found it. Overview. Here we are. Okay, so tiers. Okay, so yeah, $1 a month POG. Well, that keeps you on Patreon. $5 is Battle Buddy. That gets you in the Discord. You also get NSFW loots, mild, digital release, and a normie batch. 10 is Muffin Bear, which included that gets you the hot NSFW, not safe for work lewds, and variant covers. Battle Buddy International, I think it's more or less the same thing.
Yeah, it just covers the international.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna repeat myself. Okay, $20 a month is Operator, which is the best one, which gets you credit, uncontrolled cameos, the really spicy, not safe for work stuff, credits in the Antarctic Press published work, and a catch-up variant. And I think I remember you guys talking about working on stuff for a trade paperback.
Yes, trade paperback is almost done. Just has a couple tweaks in it.
All right, so yeah. Actually, I think when all is said and done, is it fair to say you're going to have like a massive trade right for the entire run?
Hopefully. If it's not too expensive. I might have to ship that out like in 10 shipments of 10, but yeah, hopefully by the end.
So we're not. Oh, so we're not even. We're talking like a pop, like gets far enough. We could get a Rags omnibus.
Yeah.
Donate to the Patreon so we can get a Rags omnibus, guys. And I guess I'll add Dylan to end the call now. And so, then I guess it goes without saying. Should be following Brian at Rags.
I just heard you say that. I will end the call whenever
I was going to tell him